All right, let's do 7, 8, and 9 together. If the correlation coefficient is 0.790, correlation coefficient is R, right? So if R is 0.790, what is the explained variation? 7 asks about the explained variation. 8 asks about the unexplained variation. So R squared is called, looking down here, is called the coefficient of determination. Right? So I'm going to use that to answer number 9 first, and then I'm going to come back to 7 and 8. So if R is equal to 0.763, find the coefficient of determination. Again, the coefficient of determination is just R squared. So I'm literally just going to square R. So 0.763, I'm going to, 0.763. I'm going to square that. 0.582, that's R squared. 0.582. So this is the coefficient of determination. Now, to get the coefficient of non-determination, all I need to do is subtract R squared from 1. So 1 minus R squared is the coefficient of non-determination. Subtract this from 1, that's 0.418. That's the coefficient of non-determination. That's all it is for number 9. Coefficient of determination is R squared. The coefficient of non-determination is 1 minus R squared. Okay? Tying that back into explained variation. So, again, I'm still thinking about number 9, right? So, something else we can say from R squared and this coefficient of non-determination is we can say that this number here, R squared, 0.582, we also consider that the explained variation. But we write that as a percent. So here's what I would say. The explained variation for number 9, if they ask for that, is 58.2%. Just multiply by 100. What that's saying is 58%, about a little over 58% of the variation in the dependent variable can be explained by the variation in the independent variable. 58% of the change, the variation in y, can be explained by the variation in x. So if 58% of the variation can be explained, then the unexplained variation is just going to be the rest, 41.8%. So this relationship carries between the coefficient of determination and non-determination and explained and unexplained variation. They're all related to R squared. Determination, explained variation, R squared. Non-determination, unexplained variation, 1 minus R squared. So if I go to number 7, they're asking us for the explained variation. We know first we've got to square R to get R squared. That's where it all starts. 0.624. So R squared is 0.624. So the explained variation, 62.4% of it is explained. 62.4% of the variation in the dependent variable y is explained by the variation in the independent variable x. The unexplained variation for this one will be 37.6. All right, number 8. R is 0.930. We can find R squared. R squared is 0.845. So the explained variation, 84.5%, is explained. To answer the question, the unexplained variation is 15.5%. Unexplained. That's the answer to the question. These have to add to 100%. These add to 1. That's the relationship, and it's all based on R squared.